These 11 farmers of San Pedro, Colombia in Toledo are learning how to responsibly manage fires in their community. Darius Chen is a farmer who uses fire in his farming practice. But when those fires get out of control, they pose serious threats. Now, Darius and these other farmers are learning important skills that will go a long way toward protecting their farms and crops.
To prevent the fire, as one farmer, I think it would benefit every other farmers, because when the place burn down and with wildfire, it destroy a lot of crops, a lot of resources for what we use, what we need. And I think if we continue practice it, I think it would benefit us individually as farmers. At the end of the day, we live here, and to help other farmers, I think they for work hand in hand with them, you know. So I think that was a good idea, and I support it, and I'm willing to volunteer my time for help, because as a farmer, I need to deal with mines, and I want them to come help me as well.
During the training, the volunteers learned about firefighting at the landscape level, fire behavior, and fire weather. The sessions also included a practical component with a demonstration on how to conduct a proper controlled burn, where the participants learned how to create a fire pass and control a fire within a confined area. Additionally, they also learned how to use fire gear and equipment, as well as fire safety protocols. The two-day session were carried out by the Yache Conservation Trust.
It's really having us build a network with San Pedro, Colombia leaders and the community. I am proud, and I can see the passion and also the desire of the chairman and the alcalde, planning ahead for their community. But yes, pioneer for Toledo and pioneer for the whole country of Belize, so that we'll be able to, lessen the impact of fire here, and especially nowadays it's getting hotter, and removing our forest cover and also climate change.
The need for this kind of training is becoming increasingly important. Year after year, the villagers are faced with fires that affect their livelihoods. Just last year, several weeks of fires destroyed thousands of dollars worth of cornfields and cacao farms in San Pedro, Colombia, and other communities. Now that villagers know how to respond to this threat, their leaders hope that there will be fewer fires and smaller losses.
For previous years, we have been fighting fires in Colombia. Well, last year was one of the worst scenario. We had weeks of fires in Colombia, and looking at it as a leader, we took the step and spoke with our council and the local team, decided to see the way forward in fighting fires in our community.
These are the times that the cornfields are getting dry, and these are the times that the farmers are harvesting their crops. But last year the fire started very early, and some of our farmers didn't have the chance to harvest their crops. Some farmers lose a majority of corn, and then it affects the whole family.
But when you control these fires, it doesn't just benefit the people and their properties, it benefits the wider natural resources like the forests and wildlife. And to protect forests from uncontrolled blaze, Protected Areas Co-Manager Yache Conservation Trust champions responsible fire management to help protect nature and the communities they work with.
They recognize that Yache has the expertise and experience in dealing with forest fires. Yache's focus has always been on an integrated landscape management, and that requires that we include people, biodiversity, and all the natural resources that our communities depend on. We see that this training is going to better equip the community to be able to respond to fires that are quite prevalent in San Pedro, Colombia.
Reporting for News 5, I'm Andrea Polanco.